Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Next Level YouTube channel, where we strive to take your faith to the next level. Your faith in God, your faith in your ability, and your faith in your business. So today I want to talk to you about just the importance of reading for our own understanding. And this morning, as I was reading the scripture, it hit me to make this video about the importance of reading things for yourself. There's so many things going on in our society today, and people, frankly, just don't read. And particularly, I'm talking about the Bible. And the reason why I know they don't read the Bible because of the comments that they make. And I want to just read a couple of scriptures to you just to point out something and let them marinate, meditate on them and see what it speaks to you. But the first one is Colossians chapter 2, verse number 8. It says, "Beware unless any man spoils you through philosophy and vain deception, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ." So why would the Bible tell you that? And I was thinking about it from this aspect. And we've all experienced similar situations when someone that's close to us, maybe it's a family friend or someone we've known for years, and they say, "Hey, this person is this way." Uh, it could be something bad. And we formed an opinion or an assumption based on that person that we know, that we trust in. And then later on, we get the opportunity to know that person, to really know that person for who they are, and they turn out to not to be that. And that's what I want to tell you today, because many times we trust people that are supposed to be either preaching or teaching to us, and because we don't read and we don't have the proper understanding, we don't even know the things that they're not willing to do, or they might be even struggling with, and they're not telling you, because this is why you have all the different religions, because certain people want to cherry pick what they would like to follow and what they necessarily don't want to follow. And the only way for you to know that is if you pick up and read for your own understanding. So look at the scripture in Colossians 2:8. But I also want to flip and read another scripture to you that I was looking upon, and I wanted to read it. So it's going to be 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. And it tells you to let no man deceive you. Think about that. Marinate on that for a second. This is what I strive to do in this channel. I have no other motives but to empower you and to encourage you to read. And the purpose of that is for you to build your own life, you to build your own faith, you to make the necessary steps for you to feel comfortable with your life. And something might be off with your life, and it's off for a reason. So pay attention to that inkling that you have in your mind about something just doesn't sit well with what I'm doing, or maybe what I'm reading, or what I'm seeing. Pay attention to the signs. Don't become oblivious to the warning that the body gives us, and because those are the things that keep us away from harm and away from danger. But I also have one last scripture I want to share with you today, and it comes from 2 Timothy chapter 2. It's going to be verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needs not to be ashamed, and rightfully divide the word of truth. It says study. So do you study? And I know once we get out of school, we want to be as far away from studying as possible. But you got to study this truth. You got to rightfully divide the scriptures. And these are the things necessary for us to build the life that we want to build. And for example, many of us, we drive cars. We jump in our cars every day. We crank them up. We drive them. But the minute something goes wrong in a car, we go to the glove box and we grab the manual that's in there to try to figure out what's wrong really quick. Versus if we would have read the manual and done the suggested maintenance for the car and paid attention to those things, most likely we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in. Or we have AAA. And we just call AAA. We don't try to read the manual. We don't try to do anything. We just call AAA. And that's what many of us do in our lives with God. Things go wrong. The first thing we do is we call on the Lord. Oh, why, Lord? Why me? Or why, Lord? Why this had to happen? And that's automatically what we do. Or we sit there and try to figure out. And God says, hey, if you would have just studied my basic instructions for life, then a lot of these situations you wouldn't find yourself in. So my prayer is that you look at these videos, you look at, if you know me, you look at my life, you look at the changes I make, and you look at the pattern that I am showing of growth, of going into a new direction to just be a peacemaker and allowing people to live their life the way they want to live it, regardless of how I see it. It's still their choice. So build that relationship with Christ. Rightfully divide the scripture. Study, study, study. Build your own relationships, because I promise you, if you do, you're going to look back and wish you would have started it a lot sooner, because you're going to see some of the things you were not taught and why you were not taught those things. So please hit like or subscribe to the channel as I go through this process of growth, and I want to be transparent with this process of growth 2023, and I'm going to have more videos. And then please hit like or subscribe, or even leave comments to scriptures or subjects that you might find interest, that you have questions about, and we're going to tackle it here from a biblical standpoint. All right, y'all have a blessed day.